Hey there everyone, Michael here. Today we're going to talk about Epcot, the attractions that I love, the way I like to do them, some different strategies that I can provide to you, and some thoughts that I have about how you can see as much as possible in as little time as possible, so you have time for other things like seeing World Showcase, making sure you got your spot for Illuminations, or just meeting the characters in the character spot. Let's jump right in. Epcot is definitely unique. It has Future World and World Showcase. Believe it or not, Future World actually opens earlier than World Showcase just about every day. So some newcomers might come to Epcot, want to run off to World Showcase right away and find that it's closed with a little barrier either at France or in Norway every single day until about 11 is when World Showcase opens up. Believe it or not, the pathway all the way to Norway and all the way around to France is open. This allows guests to either go on Frozen Ever After or go get breakfast at Leao, one of my favorite spots to get breakfast at Epcot. We're coming to Epcot early in the morning to go to France and to World Showcase when really no one else is here. It's just there's no one here. So how do I, Michael, explore Epcot? First thing I do is I try and get there about 30 or 45 minutes before opening. That way I have a spot close to the front and I can get to my favorite attractions first thing. As soon as I enter the park, I take a moment to just admire Spaceship Earth, and then I make my way right away to go to Frozen Ever After in Norway. First ride of the day at Epcot, and I definitely recommend it if you're first to stay away from those long lines. Frozen Ever After in Norway. The reason I do this is because it is notorious for getting extremely crowded extremely quickly, and if I want to ride it, first thing in the morning is the best time to do it. After Frozen Ever After, I have a tendency to go either on Soarin or Test Track, whichever I'm feeling like at that moment. Love them both, but they're either second or third on my Epcot day. A couple other thoughts on my mind. If Frozen Ever After is not really your speed, you can also go on Soarin' first, cut down on the line there, and then head over to Test Track. At this point, I'm pretty hungry, and I head off to France, to Leao, one of my favorite spots to get breakfast at Epcot. I'll make my way past Canada and England into France and have breakfast there. I can even remember how it tastes. Definitely got to give it a try at Walt Disney World. After that, I'll make my way to the character spot to see either Mickey, Goofy, and Minnie, or Joy and Sadness and Baymax. One of the two I will see at that point in time. Now, if the crowds are light when I'm going, I usually like to get to Mission Space and feel that blast off to Mars. Love that feeling. Then I'll make my way to World Showcase, where I'll experience the countries. I've made it a tradition to walk around all the countries, just kind of look at them, admire them, take pictures, and just take a look at the detail that's been put into every single country. Now, on all of my trips, I always make it a point to stop by the Caramel Kuchen. I love that place. The smell draws me in alone.
I love you, Caramel Kuchen. I hope you love me too.
I'll make my way around World Showcase, eating some of the great delicacies that they provide, and seeing some of the shows they're offered as well. There are all sorts of shows happening outside and inside at World Showcase that a lot of folks don't know about, so make sure you stop for those shows. After I've explored World Showcase for a little bit, usually I'll head back to Future World, because sometimes it has a tendency to clear out with some of the crowds. At that point, I might go on Living with the Land. I might even go on Spaceship Earth, which I love to do and re-experience every time. Then I like to go shopping at Mouse Gear, maybe see Fountain of Nations, maybe with an afternoon coffee, and then I'll head on over to World Showcase for Illuminations. On a lighter crowd day, usually you can grab a great spot in line about 45 minutes before the show. Now, if it's a heavier time of year, you might want to try and get there maybe an hour, maybe even an hour and a half early to make sure you have a great spot. If it's a major holiday like July 4th or even Christmas Eve, you're gonna want to be there at least 2, maybe even 3 hours in advance. It seems like a lot, but you will be thankful for those amazing views that you have. Now, these are some of my favorite ways to experience Epcot, but there are a lot of great ways, and it really depends on what you and your family would like to see. So if someone in your family would love to see Joy and Sadness, make that the priority. The biggest tip I can offer when you're going to Epcot and planning your day is take your time. Remember, your vacation is limited, but the memories you make are not. I hope these tips were helpful to you in finding the perfect plan for your Epcot day. Let me know in the comments below how you like to organize your day, whether it's Soarin' first or Frozen Ever After first. I'd love to hear from you. Until next time, have a magical day.